Welcome to the Dating Unsettled show where we dare to date differently. I'm your host, JoyOfodu, and today I have a real treat for you. It's super uninformed, poorly researched, and just a bunch of giggles in it. I was on my phone last night and I was thinking about all of the apps that aren't dating apps, but should be. So for out, it's for and throughout as one word. Congratulations. You're the first to hear it. Throughout the duration of this episode, you are going to hear my recommendations on apps in your phone that aren't dating apps but could be used as dating apps. I have to disclaim here before we get into the silliness because somebody's gonna ruin the fun. And next thing you know, we're violating community guidelines and terms of service, and I'm permanently locked out of the rideshare. So before any of that happens, I just want to let you know that this is me, Joy, speaking to you. Just me and you right now. It's me and you. It's me and you. I am not actually advising that you use the apps I am about to mention for dating or any purpose other than what is listed in their terms of service, okay? So please don't come for me. This is a parody episode. This is not for real. This is not legitimate. This is not serious. Don't skip ahead because then you're going to miss this disclaimer. And then where will we be? Just don't take me too seriously, okay? Let's have a little bit of paradoxical, satirical fun. Yeah? Yeah. All right. So in order to get those episodes, I've conveniently placed the card just out of view under my leg. All right. Let's go through some apps that aren't dating apps, but absolutely should be. The first one is DoorDash. I mean, come on. They said, mm-mm. DoorDash comes straight to your door and they already know your favorite food. They know your dietary preferences, your restrictions. Like, what more could you ask for in a partner than somebody that's delivering you fresh food? So you could, you could get into the app. You could get into DoorDash, right? And place your order. And in the special request section, you could be like, so you come here often, special requests be like, what do you want? What do you see going for you in the next 5 years? Like, just ask something funny. And you never know. Maybe your dasher will read it and be like, that's refreshing and cute and not invasive. And maybe they'll invite you to date. And knowing where you live is not a huge, problem because it saves time. Honestly, it's energy. It's efficient. It's really green. It helps the climate when you date your Door Dashers. So maybe you should do that. Okay. Next app that isn't a dating app, but absolutely should be is Airbnb. I mean, I'm surprised there isn't Airbnb dating already. What other app in America gives you access to view the most beautiful, luxurious homes, the features, the amenities, whether or not they have blankets, pillows, 5-in-1 shampoo? You already know everything that's going to be in dude's house before you get there. Isn't that comforting? Ladies, this is just for the ladies. Isn't that what we're all looking for? You want to know how many bedrooms are in the house? Now you know. And you have pictures and you can ask him anything you want about the house, and it's appropriate to ask about the listing. So I think we could use Airbnb for dating. Does that redefine what a superhost is? does, does a superhost give you that extra special 5-star service? I should hope so. What I love about Airbnb as a dating app is it's truly global. So your opportunities to find love are endless. You're not limited to the United States or France. You can, anywhere Airbnb operates, you can find love. Now, if you have a problem getting access to your host because they refuse to ask specific questions, you could just destroy things within the house. I promise you they'll respond. The great news is they got to talk to you. All right. If the sink breaks, this is so funny. It's causing a pain in my left neck, not my right neck, but my left. If the sink breaks, they gotta come fix it. If you throw a party, they have to come stop you. So why don't you throw a party inside the Airbnb? And it's like a welcome to our relationship party, right? So if they have like a no party rule, just throw it. And then when the host shows up, you're like, surprise, I'm in love with you. I think that would go really well. Okay, next app that isn't a dating app but should be Spotify. Duh. I mean, this one, the jokes really write themselves. There are users on Spotify, right? Who did you think was making playlists? AI? I mean, AI is indeed making playlists on Spotify for you, but there are real people who are designing those playlists and they have excellent taste. And so, if anybody understood your music taste, it's Jeffrey6248 from Wisconsin. I say send Jeffrey a message, right? Spotify, open up the DMs. Let us connect with each other over music. I mean, there could be some beautiful romantic love stories occurring over the fact that I've listened to an Ed Sheeran song 472 times, and so has Kwame. I can't even use that name without laughing. If you know, you know. Next app that isn't a dating app, but honestly is missing out on its true potential is Southwest. That's absolutely right. I did use Southwest as a dating app. I did. I don't know what everybody else has been doing, but that's how I used it. I decided to fly out to meet my now partner, who you're going to get to hear from on the podcast if you haven't already. But his name is Ivan, and he was out of state. So Southwest was for me the most effective way to get to him. Booked a round trip flight and then told him about it afterward. So I totally recommend springing flights on the people that you're in love with. So Southwest, I don't know, just think about it. Anybody that you meet on Southwest already shares your economic values. They like getting 2 free check bags. This isn't an ad, but it could be, but it would be a really bad ad because I'm gonna mention a lot of brands. I like Southwest. I would like to meet people on Southwest. Wouldn't it be cute if you get on the plane and it's like, hey, here's the random person who has agreed to airdrop you nudes. And you're like, wow, let me peruse the menu. And you see a seat map and you can kind of click through the people and be like, I don't want nudes from this person, but maybe this person. That to me sounds like consent and I like it. So Southwest, I don't know, think about it. Next would be the Bible app, the Holy Bible. Christian Mingle, I don't know how it's working for anybody who has decided to use Christian Mingle, but the Bible app is an app people open every single day. So what if instead of just connecting to Jesus, you could also connect to the love of your life? Maybe if you like a Bible phrase, they give you a little thing that's like, John, Mary, and Peter also like this. Click here to DM one of them. I mean, it just sounds like it's only up from here. Venmo isn't a dating app, but could be. One of my favorite dating app memories is when I connected with a guy who was from Florida. I don't know why I have to mention he's from Florida, other than hopefully it helps you understand how crazy he is, Unsettlers. But he said he'd like to give me a little treat. I said, I like little treats, sure. And he said that he wanted to book a massage for me, but this was in the middle of the pandemic. So I was like, I don't really feel like being underneath the masseuse's little, I don't want to do that. He said, cool, why don't I just send you the money for you to pamper yourself? I said, well, there is, a little skincare I've been looking at. And he said, sure, check your Venmo. And he sent me $350. We had never been on a phone conversation before. So I appreciated that. And I did spend it on skincare. I got some great masks. The magic continued on this dating app called Venmo when a couple weeks later, after not really hearing from him, he said, hey, your birthday's coming up, right? I said, it sure is. Keep in mind, we still haven't met in person. And he goes, check your Venmo. It's like, this is starting to become my favorite phrase. And I checked my Venmo and he sent me another $100. So all in all, I got $450 from a complete stranger that I, to this date, haven't met. After he sent me that birthday treat, he never spoke to me again. So that's what I want for you and manifest for you, Unsettlers. I manifest strange men from Florida sending you $450 and it never having any repercussions on your life whatsoever, and them not asking a damn thing for you. Venmo will do that for you, baby. Cash App won't. Just kidding. Cash App might, but Venmo absolutely will. The next app that isn't a dating app, but yeah, it could be, would be GroupMe. I mean, everybody can get it. No. I've said some crazy things in a groupie in my time. All right. How about Meetup? You know, the app that you can use to meet people in different places. It's supposed to be groups of people, but what if you just made a meetup and it was just you and them? I need y'all to understand with every suggestion, everybody in this studio is either politely ignoring me, politely smiling, or actively waving their fingers. I'm getting Matumbos left and right. The next app that isn't a dating app, but like, hey, why not? There's so much rich data on it. Yelp. Hello? Like, there's no reason why, if you have people selecting table for, open table, you got people selecting table for 1, 2, and you go table for 1. Why doesn't it immediately, and I'm talking about promptly, give you a list of singles in your area who also said table for 1, or people who said table for 1 at the same restaurant, and let you figure out if you want to make it too? Even just while this idea is coming out of my mouth, I know it's mostly ridiculous, but it has some sense. Someone's going to pick this up. All right. Someone's going to use it. It's a good idea. So if you're on Yelp or, you're reading through a review and you just love the way Marie describes a chicken parm, maybe you two are meant to be, as Janice is talking about how she cooks filet mignon. Maybe that does something to your spirit. And maybe you hit Janice up. Ask her if she's single. Yelp, you're missing out on an opportunity. Open table, if someone's selecting one, and they might want to be alone, but there should be like a 1, and I'd like to be alone. I'm going to read a book and pretend that I'm not on Instagram. There should be that option. And then there should be 2, which is like, yeah, my wife just left me table for 1, but I really wish it was 2. There should be an option for that. The next app that's not a dating app, but could be, should be, might be, is the Notes app. I like the Notes app. It's so collaborative and you get to hear people's creativity. So wouldn't it be cute if you like wrote a poem and then like out of nowhere, the Notes app gives you like an interstitial little pop-up and it's like, looking for love? And it's like, I don't know, Notes app. What do you have in store for me? And it's like, you said the phrase, I don't know, tired of being alone. And so did Zochi, in freaking Michigan. And you're like, huh, okay. And then it's like, do you want to be connected or entered into a shared note with Zochi right now? And then you and her can write back and forth. And like, I don't know, it could be cute. It could be really scary and really sudden, but it could also be really cute. And I think that you can really see and feel people through their writing. So what better way than to match you based on key phrases or give you like little moments to just, it's almost like those big group, it's Omegle, what it is. It's a classy Omegle happening through the Notes app. The next app that's not a dating app, but baby, let's try it. Facetune. I mean, grab her pictures, you know what I'm saying, and show her what it would look like if you were next to her. For real. Using Facetune. Just face swap, face app even. Face swap your face with the face of her ex on a photo and then send it to her. That won't scare her. That'll only encourage her. She will be so excited if you're like, it's me, I'm him. Himothy. That's what's gonna do it. Take that initiative, King. Hit that face swap. Why don't we take a look at Flow or Clue? I need you to understand, Mojola's in the corner with her hands over her head. They're really not liking these suggestions, Unsettlers. For those of you who can't see, everybody's shaming me, but I'm gonna press on because that's what you do when you've already dug yourself so deep and you know you're wrong. You have to keep going. It was a good idea at home. The period tracker app, Flow or Clue. All right. One of you two, snap. In Igbo, we say, so get to it. All right. One of you could help to export this data so that you can let men or, you know what I'm saying, phallus wearers, let them know you're fertile. Let them know you are ready to produce. Let them know. Let them know that you are serious about advancing the human race, as evidenced by your regular heavy cycle. I don't, it's in the data. You can't argue with science. In the way that you sync up, it could be a platonic app too. Like you could, hey, your cycle looks a lot like this person's who's 10 miles away. Why don't you sync up? That's so cute. I would meet I would meet at least one person based on that service. I would try it just so I could say that I did. Just so I could say that I bled and I fought for it. Next would be the Next Door app. I mean, come on. We're exhausted from long distance dating, aren't we? Why not date somebody who's right there? Who's within 0.4 miles of your exact location right now. Don't you want to find love next door? Don't you want it to be easy? I think we should invite ease into our lives. Wattpad, it's giving notes app vibes, but in this one, we're writing an extremely creepy fantasy story about the object of our desire. And we're just hoping that one day they come across it and read it and fall in love with your intellect. Huh? It's never too late. Fanbase could be a dating app. There's still so much potential for Fanbase. Black people are here. I know that's right. It's not just a Black app, but it is Black owned. So whatever you decide to do on Fanbase, you are, it's reparations. It's really... If you find love on Fanbase, you might be the first. So that'll be great. We love it. The final app that I'm going to recommend for you would be two apps, okay? You get ready for this. The first one is TeamSnap. All right, TeamSnap is what youth coaches use to organize. But if you're like you're a single mom, you're a single mom, single dad, single parent, single partner, sign your child up for sports and then manipulate your child into thinking that you're just there to support their dreams as a future, softballer. Okay. In reality, you hop on TeamSnap, right? You can either get at the coach because you have a direct line to the coach through the app, or you can talk to the other moms and dads that's in the group and the other parents. And you can send messages to each other. Come on, TeamSnap. Y'all don't understand. There's millions of people using TeamSnap. Do you know how many hot dads that is, potentially? Unless the moms are doing all the signing up. But if you like moms, you're in business. The final app that isn't a dating app, but I think we're missing out, is Settings. I'm getting a lot of raised eyebrows in here. Okay, if you go into Settings, and you change your ringtone and your text tone to something that lets people know when it rings out that you are looking for love, you'll be able to find love no matter where you go. No matter where you go. So this could be something like, instead of boom, 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 it's like, I'm single and I'm looking for love. That's so cute and corny. You're going to attract the right type of person with that approach because everyone will hear it. Everyone will hear it. And they're going to look like, wait, what? And then later they'll be like, I heard your ringtone. Are you single? And the next thing you know, da, 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 becomes your ringtone. No? Okay. Everyone here in the studio is hiding. They hate my suggestions. But you unsettlers, I believe you have the power. So if you work in these apps, you know people who work in these apps, or you have them on your phone. Just kidding. I'm not telling you to go in there and propose to your dasher. But I really just hope that this encouraged you to find love in unexpected places. Or to stay open to the fact that you are not in control of when love decides to come into your life. You could be doing just about anything. Thank you so much for listening to this fun little episode to tide you over, Unsettlers. Be sure to follow Dating Unsettled and listen to it anywhere podcasts are found. We're on social media. We are on Fanbase, Dating Unsettled, JoyOfodu. We're on TikTok. We're on Twitter. And we're on Instagram, youtube.com/JoyOfodu for all of the beautiful, wonderful long form episodes so you can see and sit and giggle with me. I love you. I love you. I love you. I appreciate you listening to the podcast. It means so much that you're willing to share all of this humor with me week after week. See you next week.